You are listening to Proof Text, a Glossa House podcast exploring Scripture and all things related to it. New episodes are released daily. For more information, check out glossahouse.com and subscribe to our channels on Spotify and YouTube. Welcome and enjoy.
Shalom. This is Dr. Jennifer Noonan, and I want to welcome you to another episode of SLA Insights. And this insight this week, we're going to continue talking about ways to encourage output in the classroom. I've talked about asking good questions. Last episode, I talked about information exchange tasks. This week, I'm going to look at information gap tasks. An information gap task similar to information exchange, but with a slightly different nuance, where you create an activity in which certain students possess information that the others need to complete the task. So nobody in the room has all the information. They have to work together to put it all together to complete the task. These are a little harder to create, but they can be very effective because of the motivation for working it out and finishing the puzzle, to answer the questions, to finish the task. Many of you in your native language have probably completed an icebreaker type task that's effectively an information gap task, and this can be adapted for use in the classroom. Now, because of the vocabulary and so on needed, you can't use it on the first day of class as an icebreaker, but you can use it not too far in. The idea here is that you create a worksheet for each student to use, where you list descriptions, potential descriptions of the other classmates. So you're looking for things, and again, you're going to put these in the target language in L2, various things that a student may possess, perhaps, or things they have done, things like has a daughter, has a dog, has traveled to Israel, that kind of a thing. And then you're going to list these items and then put a blank next to each item to be filled in during the activity. So during the class period, the students will take their worksheet and walk around and ask each other in the target language if their classmates meet one or more of the criteria. So for example, do you have a dog? Have you been to Israel? That kind of a thing. And if the other student answers yes, the student asking the question can then write in the other student's name on their worksheet. And the goal is to complete the worksheet, to get a name associated with each of the descriptions on the page. But it can also become a competition, if you'd like to make it so, to see who can do it first, who can be the first one to get all their blanks filled in correctly. And then at the end, of course, you're going to double check, okay, does so-and-so really have a dog? And that kind of thing. So that's one idea, again, sort of a spin on an icebreaker type of activity, where certain students have information the other students need to complete the task. Another idea kind of fitting into this category is a story completion task, where you give on strips of paper each student one or two sentences from an otherwise complete story. So you take the story and you cut it up into various pieces. This student gets this sentence, that student gets that sentence, and then the students have to work together to figure out how the story goes. Of course, the story is going to be in L2, and the students are required to use L2 to complete the task to figure out how the story all fits together in order. And of course, it needs to be a fairly simple story and pretty straightforward in terms of the climax and the building tension and the falling action, that kind of thing. So it's clear how the story should work out. You'll probably need to prepare them ahead of time with some specific grammar and vocabulary, like ordinal numbers. They'll need to know first, second, third. So this is first, this is second, that kind of thing. Possessive constructions like I have, fill in the blank. Or prepositions like before. This comes before, this comes after. Those kinds of things. So again, you give them a story in pieces that they have to work out as a puzzle to put together in the target language. My last suggestion here is kind of a mystery, a whodunit Sherlock Holmes kind of thing, where you yourself as the teacher create a mystery that the students have to solve. Perhaps one of your stuffed animal props got stolen or murdered. And so you write out this, I just came in and found that the sheep was lying dead on the floor, whatever, make it fun. And then you're going to choose an individual who's known to the class as the criminal. So this could be a biblical figure. It could be a famous movie star or something. It could be a student in the class. It could be a professor or teacher from your school that everyone knows. But choose somebody that everybody will recognize once you've started reading the scriptures. And then what you need to do is to give each student one clue in the target language that describes that person, but not enough to fully give away their identity. So it's a woman. One student gets that. Or lives near the sea. Another student gets that. Or has a beard. Or, different things that will help identify, but each clue in and of itself will not give it away. So once they put it together, then they can work out who the criminal is, the thief or the murderer or whatever it is. And so they'll have to ask each other's question. What do you know about the thief or murderer? Or does the thief have a beard? Or, that kind of a thing. And as they share clues and work together, again, in the target language, they work on solving the puzzle to figure out who it is they think committed the crime. So again, today I'm talking tasks that are information gap tasks for encouraging output, where each student has a piece of the information, but not all of it, and they have to collaborate and work together to solve the puzzle to complete the task. Next episode, we're going to have a special interview, and so I hope you can join me for that, talking about ways to performance can be a form of output and learning language acquisition through performance. I hope you can join us for this special episode. Have a great week.
Χαίρετε πάντες, εγώ είμαι η Ese και τούτε στην ζώνη Ελληνιστή. Hello everyone, I'm Jesse Orloff and this is Living in Greek. Σήμερον αναγνώσκω εκ των ψαλμών. Εγώ θέλω αναγνώσκην ο ψάλμος 139. Και ούτως ο ψάλμος μακρός εστίν και θέλω διαλογίζεστε περί τούτου ψαλμού ο λίγον. Δείχνει μηνύν την περιοχήν. Ψαλμός 139. Εις το τέλος, ψαλμός το Δαβίδ. Κύριε, εδοκίμασάς με και έγνος με. Σου έγνος την καθέδραν μου και την έγερσιν μου σου συνέκας τους διαλογισμούς μου από μακρόθεν. Την τρίβον μου και την σχοινών μου σου εξυχνίασας και πάσας τας οδούς μου προείδες. Ότι ούκ εστιν λόγος εν γλώσσε μου. Ιδού, Κύριε, σου έγνος πάντα. Τα έσχατα και τα αρχαία. Σου έπλασάς με και έθεκας επ' εμέ την χειρά σου. Εθαυμαστώθε εγνώσή σου εξ εμού. Εκρατεώθε Ου με διούναμε προς αυτήν. Πού πορευθώ από του πνεύματός σου και από του προσώπου σου, πού φύγω. Εάν αναβώ εις τον ουρανόν, σου ή εκεί. Εάν καταβώ εις τον άδεν, πάρει. Εάν αναλάβει μη τας πτέρυγας μου κατ' όρθρον και κατασκενώσω εις τα έσκατα τες θαλάσσες, και γαρ εκεί εχείρ σου, οδηγήσει με και καθέξει με δεξιά σου. Και είπα, άρα σκότος καταπατήσει με και νιούξ φωτισμός εν τε τρυφέ μου, ότι σκότος ου σκοτιστέσετε από σου, και νιούξ ως εμέρα φωτιστέσετε. Ως το σκότος αυτές, ούτως και το φως αυτές. Ότι σου εκτέσω τους νεφρούς μου. Κύριε, αντελάβου μου, γαστρός μετρός μου, εξομολογέσω μέσιου, ότι φοβερός θαυμαστόθεν. Θαυμάσια τα έργα σου, και ψυχέ μου γινώσκεις φόδρα. Ουκ εκρύβε το οστούν μου από σου, ο επίουεσας εν κρυφέ, και υπόστασής μου εν τους κατωτάτιους τες γιες. Το ακατέργαστόν μου είδωσαν οι οφθαλμιούς σου, και επί το βιβλίον σου πάντες γραφέσονται, εμέρας πλαστέσονται, και ουθείς εν αυτούς. Εμιού δε λίαν ετιμέθεσαν οι φίλοι σου, ο Θεός, λίαν εκρατεώθεσαν αρχέ αυτόν. Εξαριθμέσομαι αυτούς, και υπεράμων πλεθυντέσονται. Εξεγέρθεν και έτι ημί μετά σου. Εάν αποκτήνες αμαρτωλούς ο Θεός, άντρες αιμάτων, εκκλίνατε απ' εμού, ότι ερείς εις διαλογισμόν. Λέμψονται εις ματαιότητα τας πόλεις σου. Ουχή τους μισούν τάσε, Κύριε, εμίσεσα και επί τους εχθρούς σου εξετεκόμεν. Τέλειον μίσος εμίσουν αυτούς. Εις εχθρούς εγένων τόμοι. Δοκίμασον με ο Θεός, και γνώθη την καρδίαν μου. Έτασον με, και γνώθη τας τρίβους μου, και είδε η οδός ανομίας εν εμιού, και οδήγησον με εν οδό αιωνία. Ναι. Τούτο το ψαλμό τέρπομε. Ναι, τούτο το ψαλμό τέρπομε σφόδρα. Τι βλέπω εν τούτο ψαλμό? Εγώ βλέπω στον 7ο στίχο. Πού πρεύθω από του πνεύματός σου και από του προσώπου σου, πού φύγω. Ο Θεός πάρει στην πάντα. Πάρε στην εν πάντας τόπους. Πάρε στην ο Θεός. Και ο Θεός βλέπει εις των ουρανών και εις των άδεν. Ναι. Ναι. Και σκότος. Έτι σκότος. Ου σκοτιστέσετε. Από σου. Το σκότος εστίν ως το φως. Το Θεό. Και θαυμαστός εστίν τούτο. Θαυμαστός εστίν τούτο. Ο Θεός βλέπει πάντα. Και ο Θεός γινώσκει πάντα. Ναι. Λέγει τον πέμπτον στίχον. Ιδού, Κύριε, σου έγνος πάντα. Τα έσκατα και τα αρχαία. Σου έπλασας με και έθεκας επ' με την χείρά σου. Και ότι ούκ εστιν λόγος εν γλώσσε μου. Ότι ο Κύριος ούκ γινώσκει. Ναι. Εγώ χαίρω επί τούτων των στίχων. Εκαστρός μετρός μου, εξομολογέσομαι σου, ότι φοβερός εθαυμαστώθεν. Θαυμάσια τα έργα σου, και η ψυχή μου γινώσκει σφόδρα. Πάντα τα έργα του Κυρίου, θαυμάσια. Πάντα τα έργα του Θεού, θαυμάσια. Τα ώρε και τα παιδεία, τα τεχνία και πάντες οι άνθρωποι και πάντα τα ζώα και ο πας κόσμος. Πάντα τα έργα του Κυρίου θαυμάσια. Ναι. Πολύου εστίν εν τούτο το ψαλμό. Εγώ ελπίζω ότι αναγνώσε τούτο το ψαλμό. Και τούτο εστίν το τέλος. Και θέλω είπιν ευχαριστώ και ελπίζω ότι τούτο ωφελεί ημίν. Και ερώστε.
Interested in growing your ancient language skills but not sure where to start? Glossa House can help. From illustrated readers and short stories to lexicons and grammars, Glossa House offers a variety of resources for beginning, intermediate, and experienced ancient language learners. Head to glossahouse.com today. Glossa House, language resources for the global community.